The View Business Objects task is essentially the data dictionary of HDL. If you've configured any flex fields, we recommend refreshing the object map by selecting Update Attributes. When you submit the task, the app builds the map of the attributes available to that object. Select Refresh to update the data. You can confirm the object has been refreshed when you see today's date shown here. There are 3 ways to find out about this object. The first is to look at the template file. Use the template file to download the metadata lines to access the supported attribute names. We strongly recommend removing attributes you don't use from this file. The second and more effective way to find out about this object is to select the object name. This page displays details about the object, including its description, supported actions, date effectivity, and the file you need to supply data in. Select the object or component name to view its attributes. The Attributes page displays all the attributes that can be included in the file. The Metadata attribute displays the string you would include in the HDL file when loading data for this object. The object provides several different ways to identify a record: a surrogate ID, one of the 2 integration keys, or a user key. The parent surrogate ID and surrogate ID attributes often appear to be required. However, you can supply that attribute or one of the other key types, such as one of the integration keys or user keys. The information message will provide a summary of the key types available to uniquely reference this record. For example, here the surrogate ID is provided to the Location ID attribute, but you can alternatively supply a source key, globally unique ID, or the attributes for the user key location code and set code. You can open this panel from the parent surrogate ID, foreign object reference, and user key links when multiple keys exist. You can also identify lookup validated attributes. Select the lookup to view the valid values. If the attribute supports flex fields, the Flexfield Attributes tab will be visible. You can filter by context to see all the available attributes. You can also quickly look up the details for another component in the hierarchy. You can download all this information in the Overview spreadsheet. To view the Overview spreadsheet, you'll need to download and install the ADF Desktop Integrator installer. Please note, this add-on is only available for Windows. If an object has parameters that control its functionality or has post processes, you can quickly review that information. If an object supports parameters, the View Parameters action is available. This displays the parameter's name and description, the default setting, and the set instruction to supply in your HDL file to override the default setting. For some objects, after you load the data, some processes will be automatically submitted by HDL. You can now quickly view those post processes here. This page displays the process name, a description, a set instruction to include at the top of your file for those processes you do not want submitted, and if the process is enabled. If there are processes you want to permanently disable, you can configure that in the Configure HCM Data Loader page. The processes are listed in the order they'll be run. Thanks for watching.